Today, we review the Ford Crown Victoria, a legendary car used in many of the world's finest police forces. Well, America does. And while it's very outdated now with the more recent Ford Explorer taking the lead, how does this car still hold up to this day? Our first test is the normal and usual drag test. Welcome to the Genesis 1 Mile Dragway. It's a place where many cars push their speeds and, well, engines to their limit, simply to put their speeds on the boards. Now let's see how the Crown Victoria does in this test. The Crown Victoria ended up topping out at 90.1 miles per hour, which definitely shocks me considering how big this engine is. Next up is the brake test. The car will deploy the brakes on this white line. The goal is to not hit the parked Dacia Duster. Let's see how the Victoria does. Strange, the car's brakes are different than I once thought they would be, but regarding that, let's move on. Let's also test the cornering of the Victoria by going through some tight corners. I've heard that this car does get slippery with its massive engine, so hopefully this goes well. Next, let's test the parking of this car by doing the parallel park test. It does take a minute to get into the spot, but yes, it can successfully complete the parallel park. Let's also test the ride of this car by going over a small gravel road segment. Going over this gravel road segment, I noticed that this car rides very strange. While it rides very smooth, it also rides quite hard, making for both mixed opinions depending on where you're sitting, whether it be in the back or the front. While we're also here, let's test just simplicity bumps by going over this simple bump test. This car simply does not do well with bumps. It gets over them very slowly, which is a good thing, but it's very harsh to get over them, and I personally don't like this car because of this reason. this car has some surprising gas figures with 17 miles per gallon in the city and 25 in the highway. These are definitely some nice figures to see from an engine like this, being, of course, 4.6 liters, and it's a V8, so, there's that. However, how does this portray on the track, and will these figures live up to their name? And now, let's give the Ford Crown Victoria an official lap around the circuit. The official standard time is 2:24:68. With added up spinouts and collisions, the final adjusted time is 2:32:63. And on that siren-y-like note, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. Good night. Surprise! Bonus round! How well can the Crown Victoria chase down a highly modified car through the narrow streets of the town of Forksville?
shit! Oh shit! Okay, let's go. Shit! Terrorists win.
Grant me one final blessing. Give me the strength to shatter these bonds.
Bomb has been planted. Okay, let's go.
Get it, motherfucker!
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I will look for you. I will find you.